Have you ever shared something exciting and felt an unexpected shift in someone's reaction? Maybe their smile seemed forced, or their response felt slightly off. It is a subtle experience, but it often leaves a lasting impression. In a world where success is often celebrated openly, there exists another emotion that quietly hides beneath the surface. That emotion is envy. Envy is not always obvious. It rarely announces itself directly. Instead, it shows up in small behaviors, subtle words and quiet reactions that are easy to overlook. But once you become aware of these signs, you begin to see things more clearly. Understanding envy is not about judging others. It is about protecting your peace and learning how to navigate relationships with awareness and wisdom. The first sign to notice is backhanded compliments or excessive criticism. Imagine achieving something meaningful and sharing it with someone. Instead of receiving genuine appreciation, you hear something like, "That's nice, but you could have done it better," or "You're lucky things always work out for you." At first, it may sound like feedback, but beneath those words is an attempt to reduce your accomplishment. This behavior often comes from insecurity. Your success may highlight something they feel they lack. So instead of celebrating you, they try to minimize what you have achieved. When this happens, do not take it personally. Ask yourself if there is any truth in what they said that can help you improve. If not, let it pass. Their reaction reflects their inner state, not your value. The second sign is subtle satisfaction when you face difficulties. Life is full of ups and downs. During difficult moments, supportive people show empathy and encouragement. However, someone who envies you may respond differently. You might notice a small change in their tone or expression. They may seem unusually interested in your problem or slightly relieved by your situation. This reaction often comes from comparison. Your success may have made them feel behind, and your struggle temporarily removes that pressure. It creates a sense of balance for them. But this has nothing to do with your journey. Your challenges are part of your growth. They do not define you. When you notice this behavior, remain calm and focused. Do not allow someone else's reaction to affect your mindset. The third sign is imitation without acknowledgement. You may notice someone copying your ideas, your style, or even your way of speaking. At first, it may seem like admiration, but over time, it becomes clear that they are not giving you credit. This behavior often comes from a desire to achieve what you have. Instead of building their own identity, they try to adopt yours. They believe that by copying your actions, they can reach the same level of success. But true success cannot be copied. It comes from authenticity, effort, and personal growth. When this happens, remind yourself that your originality is yours. No one can take away your experience or your journey. Another sign is a lack of genuine support. When you succeed, they may not celebrate with you. They may change the subject or respond in a way that feels distant. Support is a reflection of someone's mindset. People who are secure in themselves celebrate others. People who feel threatened struggle to do so. This is not something you can control. What you can control is your response. Focus on your path and surround yourself with people who uplift you. Another sign is constant comparison. They may turn conversations into subtle competitions. Instead of appreciating your success, they compare it to their own. This creates tension. Healthy relationships are not based on comparison. They are based on support and mutual respect. When you recognize this pattern, choose not to engage. Stay focused on your own growth. Another important sign is passive negativity. They may not say anything directly, but their energy feels different. Their responses may lack enthusiasm or feel distant. This can be difficult to identify, but your intuition often notices it. Trust that feeling. You do not need to confront every situation. Sometimes awareness is enough. Understanding these signs helps you navigate relationships more effectively. It allows you to protect your energy and maintain your peace. Not everyone will celebrate your growth. Not everyone will understand your journey. And that is okay. Your responsibility is not to change others. It is to stay aligned with yourself. Focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. When you do this, you become less affected by external behavior. You remain calm and centered. At the same time, it is important to remember that envy is a human emotion. Everyone experiences it at some point. The difference lies in how it is handled. Some people use it as motivation to improve. Others allow it to turn into negativity. Understanding this helps you respond with awareness instead of judgment. You do not need to react emotionally. You do not need to prove anything. Simply stay grounded. Continue your growth. Stay focused on your path, and most importantly, stay true to who you are. Your journey is unique. Your progress is yours, and no one else's reaction can take that away from you. When you understand human behavior, you gain clarity, and with clarity comes control. You no longer feel confused by subtle reactions. You recognize them for what they are, and instead of being affected, you remain focused. Your energy stays protected, your mindset stays strong, and your direction becomes clear. Because at the end of the day, your life is not about others. It is about becoming the best version of yourself. And when you stay aware, focused, and aligned, nothing can stop your growth. Sometimes the most important things in life are not said directly. They are felt in small reactions, subtle expressions, and quiet behaviors that reveal more than words ever could. One such hidden emotion is envy. Envy does not always appear openly. It often hides behind normal conversations, polite gestures, and everyday interactions. But if you pay attention, you can begin to recognize its presence. Understanding these signs is not about judging others. It is about protecting your peace and becoming more aware of the energy around you. One of the first signs of hidden envy is imitation without acknowledgement. You may notice someone copying your ideas, your style, or even your habits. At first, it might feel like admiration, but over time, you realize they never give you credit. This is not simply inspiration. It is an attempt to mirror what you have achieved. However, your true value cannot be copied. Your experiences, your struggles, and your growth are unique to you. When you understand this, imitation no longer feels threatening. Instead, it becomes a reminder of your influence. Another sign is when someone tries to undermine your achievements. They may speak about your success in a way that reduces its importance. Instead of recognizing your effort, they may say you were lucky or had help. This behavior often comes from insecurity. Your success reflects something they feel they lack. To protect themselves, they try to change how others perceive your accomplishments. But their words do not change your reality. Your work and dedication speak for themselves. You cannot control how others talk about you, but you can control how you respond. Stay focused on your path. Another important sign is discomfort with your success. When you share good news, you may notice a change in their energy. Their reaction may feel forced or unenthusiastic. They may avoid eye contact or quickly change the subject. This discomfort comes from comparison. Your progress may highlight areas where they feel behind. Instead of sharing your happiness, they struggle internally. But your joy does not depend on their reaction. You have the right to celebrate your achievements. Another clear sign is unnecessary competition. You may notice someone trying to compete with you in situations where competition is not needed. If you achieve something, they feel the need to match or surpass it. If you start something new, they quickly follow and try to do it better. This behavior is not about growth. It is about proving something. They are not focused on improving themselves. They are focused on comparing themselves to you. When you notice this, do not engage. Stay focused on your own journey. Another sign is subtle negativity. They may not openly criticize you, but something feels off. Their tone may lack warmth. Their reactions may feel distant. This type of behavior is often difficult to explain, but it can be felt. Trust your awareness. You do not need to react to everything. Sometimes understanding is enough. Another important sign is when someone speaks about you differently in your absence. They may downplay your success or highlight your mistakes. They may create a narrative that benefits their perspective. This behavior often comes from insecurity. They are trying to protect their own image. But this does not define you. Your actions and consistency will always matter more than opinions. Another sign is emotional distance. As you grow, some people may begin to pull away. This is not always intentional. Sometimes your progress creates a gap they are not ready to face. Your growth may remind them of what they have not yet achieved. Instead of addressing it, they create distance. This is a natural part of growth. Not everyone will continue the journey with you, and that is okay. Understanding these signs allows you to respond with awareness instead of emotion. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need to react. You do not need to explain your success. Your focus should remain on your own path. It is also important to remember that envy is a human emotion. Everyone experiences it at some point. The difference lies in how it is handled. Some people use it as motivation to improve. Others allow it to turn into negativity. Understanding this creates empathy. You can recognize their struggle without allowing it to affect you. This keeps you balanced. At the same time, you must protect your energy. Be mindful of who you share your goals and achievements with. Not everyone will support you. Choose your environment carefully. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. This strengthens your mindset. Another important step is avoiding comparison. When you focus on others, you lose focus on yourself. Your journey is unique. Your progress is your own. Stay committed to your goals. Measure your growth by your own standards. This keeps your mind clear. In the end, your life is shaped by your mindset and your actions. External reactions do not define you unless you allow them to. When you understand human behavior, you gain clarity, and with clarity comes control. You no longer feel confused by subtle reactions. You recognize them for what they are. And instead of being affected, you remain focused. Your energy stays protected, your mindset stays strong, and your direction becomes clear. Because your journey is not about others. It is about becoming the best version of yourself. And when you stay aware, consistent, and focused, nothing can stop your progress, no matter what others feel, say, or do. Your path remains yours, and that is your true power.